Welcome once again to In the Hot Seat with Deborah Fennella and Anthony James Mattocks, all the way across to Scotland. Now, I'm really excited about today's guest because she's not only my friend, but she's an amazing, multi-talented lady because she's not only a director, she's also an actress, she's a presenter as well. She's also the founder of Muddy Paws Crime, Leomina Productions Limited. And she's also in production at the moment as well, to be honest. So I'm really excited to be interviewing Lisa Loops. Welcome, Lisa, to In the Hot Seat. How are you today?
I'm fine, Deborah, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. So excited to have you on the show. They've been really, really busy, Lisa, haven't you? Because first of all, I'd like to talk about Muddy Paws Crime. Now, you do amazing work helping people that have had their dogs stolen up and down the UK as well, which must be heart-wrenching. To be honest, my brother-in-law, he had his dog stolen, and luckily they did manage to get him back. But some people, unfortunately, don't get their dogs back after they've been stolen, do they? So how did this first start, actually setting up Muddy Paws Crime, please?
Okay, so it started with me belonging to a lot of lost dog groups, seeing every day last year more and more were being stolen, just absolutely heartbreaking. And it's impossible to also keep track of them all because there's so many groups. So I thought, well, let's do a pet theft documentary, which is how Muddy Paws Crime actually started, with the idea of getting some stolen dog owners to talk about, their dogs that have been stolen, maybe having to think about what we could do in the media to help them. From that, though, what started as a thought of doing a documentary, when we put the call out to stolen dog owners and personally speaking to them, especially the ones that have had dogs stolen for a long time, they feel like they've got nowhere to turn. Now, we're not a group that physically goes out looking for dogs because obviously you need a lot of, people to do that and volunteers. We are different in the fact that we get the people to us that are having issues, for example, with the police, where police are saying it's a civil case or they're closing the case, they're not looking at any evidence given to them, or people where the bigger dog groups, which I won't name, are just not helping them anymore. There are, though, however, only so much dog groups can do because everybody is volunteers.
Yes.
A lot. I mean, they are all fantastic. The volunteers, they put in so many hours. They run the groups on Facebook. They create posters. Some of them do ground searches and tracking. But with us, obviously, we will deal with the people that are having more difficulty. It's a little bit hard to explain, unless I go case by case. But there was a lady last year who, I can't say too much, but a big dog group wouldn't help her anymore. The police had said civil. And out of my own back, really, I'd never done it before, but I started liaising with the police for her, applied pressure. We went from your normal PCs through to professional standards, which is police complaints, right up to the police crime commissioner. That dog is now home. It was reunited. So from that, more and more people started coming to us and recognising, okay, they do something a little bit different. We started getting tagged everywhere all over Facebook, which we still do. But we're a very small team. We did have a few others in the team, but the work is very, very demanding and sometimes very upsetting. And it's not for everybody. When I first started, I was in tears daily. I was sobbing for these poor owners, and I still do sometimes. And I thought, do you know what, I can't do this. But then I got really angry with myself because I thought, hold on a minute, I'm upset, but how must they be feeling?
Yes.
And then you look at your dog and you think, oh my God, if that happened to him, how would I feel? I would want somebody to help me. So that pushed me to continue doing what we're doing. So we've got Muddy Paws Group, where we share all different dogs that are missing. We have the Muddy Paws Crime page, which we focus on the dogs where the owners have come to us. So we've got about 35 owners that we focus on their dogs, more so on the Muddy Paws Crime page. And they're the stories that we will cover on the actual production. It's just being unfunded. It's very difficult to get, all the people you need at the same time in the same place to get the documentary together. And with the behind the scenes, things that we're doing, that is also very time consuming when we're doing other things. Anthony, you know how late I was up last night. My laptop is never off sort of before midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning. But, when owners need us, they need us. If we need to get the work done, we need to get the work done.
And you do amazing work, Lisa. To some people, their dog is their world. At the end of the day, and also family as well. So, knowing how my mum is about her dog, and also my in-laws are about their dog, and I've had dogs previously as well. They are part of the family. They're a huge part of your life. So to have a dog go missing, or any animal, it's just heartbreaking as well. So I think it's wonderful the work that you do, helping support all of these people as well. And as many sort of sad stories you get, it's heartbreaking, but also the good stories when you find the animals and reunite them with their loved ones must be quite emotional as well, because
it is. With Nancy, the one that was home last year, I still cry every time I see that video. And I never knew, Deborah and Anthony, what the stolen dog world is actually all about. And I'm heartbroken with the things I found out in the past year.
Yes, I
know.
And
these animals need a voice, and the owners need a voice, and that's what we want to do for them. But we need to also try and reach off of social media, and for that we need networks to be picking up. We have produced a Muddy Paws Crime trailer, which I believe I sent you. I think that's got 8 or 9 stolen dog owners on it. So you can share the link to that after. That also shows a collage of all dogs that are missing on Muddy Paws Crime. But to watch that trailer, you see the impact it's had on owners. And
so do you think the dogs that have been stolen, Lisa, are they being sold on, do you think? Obviously sometimes you hear people selling dogs for dog fighting.
There's many different issues. If a dog hasn't been spayed or neutered, of course the first thought is they've been taken for illegal breeding. The conditions that these dogs are in, it's pure squalor. It's heartbreaking. Then of course those pups that they produce, a lot of them will be ill, and I'm shouting that online sales of animals should be banned on certain sites. But also you've got dogs that are taken for hunting. So if your dogs are spayed and neutered, they're still not safe. They can be for hunting. They can just be sold on. A thief may know beforehand if a dog's neutered or spayed. They may just be taking a chance. After they find it can't produce, they may sell it on. There's so many. I hate to say the word dog fighting, but
just heartbreaking.
It is also, a possibility, and it breaks my heart to say it. But police need to step up. Government needs to step up. I'm absolutely sorry. I keep interrupting. I get quite passionate when I talk about it.
Where I live in Dorset, we've had people's dogs being stolen from the back gardens, not just when walking the dog, and it needs to stop, like you say. I heard on the radio that they found 800 dogs that were stolen in London, in Orpington. Well, it's near Kent, actually. And the good thing is they were reunited with their families as well. But like you say, it's got to stop now, because those dogs belong to loving homes and families. And it just shouldn't happen, really. It's just really sad.
There's so many things that need changing, though. A lot of owners think if their dog's microchipped, it's safe. It isn't. You can cut out
cameras, like the cats, that you can get the cameras for the cats to see where the cats are. I think personally that they should maybe, create one for the dogs, and put it around the neck or somewhere where someone can't see it. Then you can track where your dog is and sort of, go and find them and rescue them. There must be technology out there to be able to do that, I think, personally.
Yeah, well, microchipping, obviously thieves can cut out microchips, they can damage microchips, they can re-chip also.
Yes.
There is a new application that I'm working very closely with the guys called Smart Snouts.
Okay.
Like a human fingerprint is unique, your dog's nose is also unique.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, so if people download the app with the picture of their dog and that dog is then found, if a microchip is cut out, then, you just do the scan the nose. They are working very hard to bring in a lot more artificial intelligence, and I can send you the link to their pages because I'm working very closely with them. There's a lot of things in the pipeline that are really exciting, and it's going to be amazing technology for pets.
Wow. And I think it's fantastic that you give all of these dogs a voice, and, dogs are for life, not just for Christmas, like they say. They're a huge part of people's families. And
any animals. I mean, cats are being stolen, horses are being stolen, farm animals are being stolen. It's awful.
It really is. And at the end of the day, if someone else had their, the ones that are stealing the animals, if someone stole a precious pet of theirs, how would they feel? Because like they say, first, in order to understand another, first you've got to walk on my man's shoes. So how would they feel if they'd had one of their precious pets stolen?
I think the people that are doing this just don't care about animals. So I would say to them, how would you feel if your child was kidnapped?
Oh, most definitely.
Because that is the that is how an owner would feel. Just to touch briefly on, we've also set up on Facebook. It's a private group which only has stolen pet owners in. And the reason we started that, and we vet everybody if they join, is I say that only a stolen pet owner knows how another stolen pet owner feels.
Most definitely.
We can try to, but we don't. So that group is for them to talk to each other. We've got a lovely counsellor called Wendy Andrew from the Scottish Pet Bereavement Counselling. She kindly does a free Zoom session once a month, and that will always stay free for these owners because they don't get enough support out there. There's no victim support for pet theft. There's so much that needs to change. So anything that we can do to help, we will.
Most definitely. As I say, 'cause you hear about it more and more on the news, and I know it's been increasing even more so these past couple of years, hasn't it? But not just in one particular area, it's up and down the country.
It could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere. So I think, like you say, the work that you do is phenomenal, Lisa. I'm really proud of you. And thank you so much for supporting all of these families that have lost their beloved pets, because they are the ones for them. And, I just hope it all stops, to be honest. And those that are stealing the animals, have conscience, to be honest. Things need to change.
It's also, though, that people need to realise, the lovely Charles. Okay, a Lucy that you see on the right-hand side, a Lucy got reunited last week. It was a lot of work, a lot of emails to where she ended up. We're still liaising with the police for the owner. There are still 3 dogs out there. The one on the left, Pig, was stolen at the same time. But you can see when they came back together last week. It's just
it's just so emotional, isn't it? They're beautiful. My son loves Chow Chows. That's the dog that he wants eventually in the future.
But it's pressure on the police. They just don't care. I can't really say any more than that. They just don't.
I think, to be honest with the police, they're just under so much pressure, Lisa, having family members in the police. And there's just not enough police. This is the problem. Such a shortage, and they're under immense pressure themselves.
Yeah, the thing is, if you look at the stats, though, pet theft is a national issue.
Yes.
The facts for it, and they're not correct either, because A lot of police won't even file a case like a pet theft case. I mean, they don't even, when your dog gets stolen at the moment, they treat it like a mobile phone or a television being stolen or a bike. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But with it being a nationwide problem, the government really need to deal with it now.
They
And
do jump down on it.
yeah, and I feel that there needs to be specific pet theft officers at each force.
Most
So
definitely.
they can concentrate
RSPCA,
on that.
the police, like you say, specialise in it, just like the RSPCA.
Yeah, I have some more stories about that, which I won't go into, but they need to step up big time as well.
They do, most definitely. I know Anthony's got some questions to ask you, haven't you, Anthony? About Mattocks.
Sorry, I can ramble forever, so I do apologise.
No, that's fine, Lisa, don't worry.
If you're following a stolen pet, Lisa, and there's say someone walking a dog, and you think that's a stolen pet, how would you approach that person to say this dog's stolen, give it back? How would you approach a person?
I wouldn't approach a person because, one, if they think that if it is a stolen dog and they feel that somebody has seen a stolen dog with them, that dog is very likely to be moved on.
Yeah.
So we would say, if you know who the dog is, very safely take some photos, note the location, time. If you can, safely even follow them to where they live and get in touch with the relevant group or the telephone number that's being shown about that particular dog. Police won't go on people say so. They want evidence. They'll want photos. They'll want videos if you have them, because there's so many hoax callers around, and that's another thing owners have to go through.
There was a van going around Edinburgh where I stay, and what they were doing was we're marking the lampposts with a blue cross to say like there's a dog lives here kind of thing. And there were actually 3 dogs found in the local canal here with their throat slit, and that was right next to the police station. So they're very clever, these guys who open the cameras, that kind of thing. So these 3 dogs were found in the canal, and they were actually used for dog baiting because the injuries was unbelievable with them.
Yeah, I'd also say to people, check if there's any CCTV around the area, because the police can request the CCTV. But I would never approach a person, because a thief is not going to tell you that dog's stolen.
Not really, no.
You've both met Snowy. Now, that's like, we never leave Snowy on our own. Either Christian's out with the dog, or I'm out with the dog outside a shop. Either one of us is with the dog. It's like leaving £2,000 tied up at a lamppost. You wouldn't do that.
No.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, on the Muddy Paws crime page, we do have some pet theft awareness tips, because it is up to you as an owner to try and keep your pet safe. We have got a lot of tips on there. But, an owner also isn't responsible for a thief's greed. So as much as you do look after your pet, you've just got to be vigilant at all times. And we shouldn't have to, but we do, unfortunately.
I think also, Lisa, what would be good is if like the neighbourhood watches. I think if you had like a dog neighbourhood watch and get people up and down the countries keeping an eye on and having a register of all the stolen dogs. So if they're out walking and they spot another dog, then obviously they can, ring a number and then say, I've seen this dog. And I think if we had that all up and down the country, that would be amazing. Then get the radio stations on board and asking them, to plug it as well and call this number if you see a dog that, is definitely 100% stolen. And just drum up more support and maybe get sponsors as well to support your amazing mission that you're doing, helping all of these families too. What do you think? I think that could be a really good idea.
Yeah, no, it's a very good idea, but there's so many things that need to be done, and it's just, as I say, when you're doing it for nothing, it's very difficult to get the time. There is actually a new website out as well that Ronald Kelly, who's kindly given Muddy Paws Crime a page link on it. There's a website called All Pets Allowed, and we encourage everybody also with missing and stolen dogs to register on there.
Yes.
They have links there for police, RSPCA, if you want to report illegal breeding, and as you're saying, if you want to report about stolen dogs. So I could also give you the link to that website, because
Yes,
we want to push that as much as possible. It's amazing how he's created that. It's like a kind of one-stop dog shop or pet shop, if that's, because it can be cats as well.
Yes, cats go missing as well, just as much as dogs do, don't they? Like you say, all animals sometimes go missing. And, it's devastating when your animal's stolen, not knowing where it is. And it's just heartbreaking, to be honest. I mean, I'm an animal lover. I've got cats myself, and my cat disappeared for a couple of days, and I was devastated, wondering where my cat was. So again, it's just have a heart, think of each other, support one another, and communities come together and bring an end to animals being stolen. Not just in the UK but globally as well, and put stop to it.
It's one of the reasons as well that we did the Zoom sessions. Wendy Andrews, she's absolutely brilliant. She's a pet bereavement counsellor, but when your pet is stolen or missing, you are going through grief, and it's actually worse than your pet passing away, because at least you have the closure that you're obviously devastated, but you know what's happened. When your dog's stolen or missing, or your cat or whatever pet, you have no closure.
No.
So that is worse than your pet passing away, because you don't have that closure. Your mind's in turmoil all the time. I'd say 90% of the owners now suffer with mental health issues. They can't live their daily lives like they used to. It's really heartbreaking, the impact.
It really is, because some people that can't have children, that they end up buying a puppy, obviously, that grows up into a dog as well. So it's that dog is actually their child as well. And like you say, it's just heartbreaking, because Anthony's got a beautiful dog, Snowy, and she is Anthony's well. Tell Lisa all about Snowy, Anthony.
Well, Lisa's actually seen a few videos with Snowy in them.
She's gorgeous.
She is.
Snowy actually saved my life, because not going to get into it too much, but when I was first got TN, it's actually called the suicide disease, and I really just wanted to end my life. But Chrissy was away on holidays, so I thought, if I could die, who's going to look after Snowy? So it was actually her that actually saved my life, because I thought, I can't leave her on her own. She'll eat me. So I thought, no, it's just dogs are a family. It's like they used to have a brown and white Dalmatian, and she got to the end of her life and had to obviously be put to sleep. Now, a movie I just cannot watch anymore is Marley and Me. I don't know if you've both seen it.
I've watched that a few times. It's so sad. It really is sad.
And when they had to say goodbye to their pet, that's exactly what I went through with Jude. And I thought, I could never watch that movie again. It just brings back too much memories of Jude. And it's just a horrible thing. I don't think I could survive going through that again. But do you think the GPS tracking systems will ever come out, Lisa, with the the microchips they have now?
Although the trackers are good, we do have two dogs on Muddy Paws Crime, Margie and Ruby. Their trackers were taken off.
Oh no.
So those dogs are still stolen, so trackers can actually be taken off, I think.
This is the trackers that's on the collars, yes?
Yes.
What about the microchips that's under the collars? You think the GPS...
Well, the microchips, I mean, these thieves are evil. They cut them out.
Oh, right, so that's...
Yeah. This is where Smart Snout is very good, because you can't change a dog's nose.
That's true, yeah.
No. And I think that's a really good idea, like you say, like a passport as well. It checks your eyes to make sure it's definitely you. And, that idea with the dogs, I think that's fantastic as well, because you have your own blueprint, don't you, like you say?
Mm.
What about paw prints? Are they different as well, or are they just the same?
Sorry?
Excuse me. It's like we've got fingerprints. What about dogs? Is it paw prints the same, or they're different?
No, so like our fingerprint is unique, a dog's pattern on their snout, they're all unique. No two dog snouts is the same pattern, and that's what that app is using. But there is more that they're working on, which I can't talk too much about. But if people keep an eye on the website and the pages, hopefully very soon there'll be more technology. But the app for now is absolutely brilliant, and it's I wouldn't say an alternative to microchips because it's law we have to microchip, but download the app as well, because if the microchip gets cut out or damaged or details wiped, also we recommend all owners, whether your pet is stolen or not, to frequently check your details are up to date, because there have been so many glitches on microchip databases, a massive one last year that actually wiped people's details off. So please keep the check on your pet's microchips.
Well, you know what we're discussing last night about videos. You know I'm going to do a video for you soon anyway. So it's just a case will you speak to the owners of stolen pets, and I can get these on the videos as well, and maybe use some of your videos.
That would be amazing. I mean, all the ones that we've got on Muddy Paws Crime, I have full permission anyway to, you know, that they want their dogs out in the media as much as possible, and that is what we're striving to do for them.
And I can get as many pictures from them as possible, and I'll just put videos together and find this dog immediately. I
really appreciate that.
I know the videos that I watched that you were interviewing the dog owners, it was heartbreaking. And
we did those Facebook Lives, and as I say, we've got a lot of owners where their dogs have been missing for a long time. So we did them like a fresh appeal, but we also want to show the impact it has on the owners, because to see how, not that I like seeing an owner upset, but you have to show it sometimes to show, look, you've broken this family. You know, if you know anything at all, please come forward with information. You don't always have to get in trouble with the police, because the owner just wants a dog home. They're not interested, you know, in the police and going through charges. They just want their dog home. And we say, you know, at Muddy Paws Crime, if anyone has any information, there might be a crime reference number, but if you can get the dog home, the dog's home. End of it. That's all they want.
Most definitely. Now, Lisa, what's the longest time of a dog that's been missing and then found? Have you found since you started Muddy Paws yourself?
Not one that we found, but there was one reunited a few days ago that had been missing for 7 years.
Oh, wow. 7 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And where did they find the dog?
Well, somebody actually bought it from an illegal breeder, and then I think their friend sent them a poster of the stolen dog, and that's how they got reunited. There was another one, I think it was about 7-8 years, a little while ago as well, but I'm not too sure of the story, so I wouldn't like to
I mean, it's a long time, 7 years. I mean, it must be such an amazing reunion after 7 years, mustn't it?
Yeah, never give up hope. You know, your dogs are out there somewhere, so just never give up hope. The police need to be doing more raids. That's the main thing. But it's gathering the evidence for them to be able to go in and do the raids.
It certainly is, like you say.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. A lot needs to change.
It certainly does, and you're doing an amazing, job and taking necessary steps to make these positive changes to bring more justice.
If I can give a big shout out to two ladies in my team, Muddy Paws Crime. They've been with me from the beginning, really, of starting it. And without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, because they have years of experience and different things to do with dogs. So a very, very big shout out to Karen Fields and Tess Jones. They have been absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you so much to both of you for supporting Lisa and doing amazing work as well. Thank you so much.
And once again, Lisa, I want these pictures. I know Karen's actually commented a couple of times on the pictures I've been doing for you and the videos I've been doing for you. Karen's name seems to be popping up quite a lot there.
She does. She's always around. You know, that woman, no matter what she's going through. She's been very ill actually lately. She's always there, supporting, helping owners, helping dogs. She's absolutely brilliant. She's
Well,
one of my rocks.
what I'll do is I'll do a video, just concentrate on your team first. That'll be the intro to the actual movie or the video, and then I can actually go wherever you want, whatever direction you want the video to go in. I can just go with what you're telling me. But
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I really do.
Anthony's a little angel like you are, Lisa. Now, I'd also like, because you're a very busy lady, you're also a script writer, you're an actress as well, and you've been very busy with All Together Now. No, sorry, not All Together Now, All Together Tavern. Now, I'd really like to know about this, because I hear it's a comedy sketch, and also my lovely friend, who's hilarious, Jane Buckles in it, isn't she? I love Jane, she's so funny.
I know she's so lovely. She's such a sweet lady, but she's absolutely hilarious. I'm playing the landlady in Altogether Tavern. I have written it. We're going to be filming the pilot towards the end of this year. Jane Buckles actually playing my mum in it.
Oh, is she? She'd be hilarious.
Betty. We actually had a script read last night, and she was amazing. She does a little rap in the pilot.
She's so funny.
Well.
She gets her legs in places, Lisa. I can't even get mine. I'll have
She
to
does
send
a
you a
little
pic,
rap.
Anthony, of Jane. She's so funny. She's hilarious. She's been on
But
Britain's Got
even-
Talent, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. And even on the script read, you know, she doesn't just read her lines, she really gets into it. And when her rap lines comes up, you know, she got off her chair with her maracas.
I
She
know.
was
It's funny.
dancing, singing. She's hilarious. She's brilliant. Yeah.
I love her to bits. She's so funny because she did London Alternative Fashion Week with me, and she was modelling. And she did the splits as well. She's just hilarious. She's so funny.
Yeah, and we're very fortunate as well to have 5 ex-professional footballers as well appearing. I'm a massive Fulham Football Club fan.
Yes.
So I had 2 of them on my Facebook, and I approached them to be in it, being Gordon Davis and Rob Wilson. And then Rob Wilson knew Mark Crossley, and then Mark Crossley got Chris Kirkland and John Parkin involved. So we have all of them appearing in the pilot, and for further episodes, if somebody picks the pilot up, please. So they are amazing guys. Mark, Chris and John, they with some other footballers run a charity called Walking's Brilliant. And Mark was on the script read last night, and I asked him how much they've raised, and they've actually raised £110,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mental health charities, but they concentrate on more of the smaller charities that don't get as much money as others. So they do walks, they do golf days. They're absolutely amazing.
Oh, bless them. You're very lucky to have the support. Now, I know you're real avid EastEnders fan. So what I'm dying to ask you is, it is obviously this All Together Tavern, a little bit, you know, like EastEnders? A little bit. Is it all going to be based like in the pub or not?
Most of it, yeah. Where EastEnders is very much of the outside.
Yes.
You know, obviously you have the Queen Vic, but it's generally, you know, not in. You have bits in the Queen Vic. All Together Tavern is about, the motto of it is everyone, no matter who you are, from what walk of life you are, you all come together in one place and you get on.
Most definitely.
So every character, although it's a comedy, every character has a bio, a background, and they all have a society issue attached. And we want to address society issues throughout the series, but in a comedic way. And then we will also do, you know, like helplines. We'll be there if anybody needs any help. Mark Crossley, one of the footballers, he's actually playing Homeless Harry. So we're
homeless guy. Oh, bless him. So where are you doing the filming then, Lisa?
We're doing the filming in Berkshire, actually at a social club. So it is in a pub setting.
But if you need any more actresses, count me in, because I'm an actress as well.
Oh, okay.
And I also used to be bar supervisor in pubs and nightclubs, so I've got a lot of bar experience.
Okay. Well, we will be recruiting obviously other actors for the future episodes, because as you write, you always create characters. I mean, from the first time I wrote the script, I've created probably about 4 or 5 extra characters.
Oh wow! My other actress friend Kim Cox, she's amazing. I'm sure she'd love to be on board as well. We often go on film set together, and she
Lovely.
used it with me as well. And maybe Anthony apart.
And again, everybody we've got on board, they understand that as a new production company, we are unfunded. We're trying our best. That we want all of our cast and crew that we have. We want to grow together. We don't want to keep chopping and changing cast and crew.
No.
We want from the beginning. Our ambition, of course, is to make money and do well and be out there. But we want that for everybody within Leomina, all of our cast and our crew. It's important we grow together.
Like you say, I mean, have you thought about doing like a crowdfunding page and sending it out to, like film festivals as well to get more, people interested to help support it? To turn it into
I'm probably going to start an Indiegogo because the footballers have said, I mean, obviously we can do like signed posters from them or that sort of thing.
Yes.
Oh, is that my YouTube thing? I just heard my big mouth. That's my EastEnders one. But sorry, that lost me there. Keep hearing that then. But any of our productions, Altogether Tavern, at a minimum, we will actually be putting it on Prime Video. So I don't want to go down the film festival route because I want it to be a TV series.
Yes.
I would love. I would love a network to pick us up for the pilot, and we get better than Prime. But as I say, to get a step in the door as a new production company is very hard. But we have amazing talent on board. The comedy, it's kind of mixing old school comedy, which I love, but with a bit of new. And I feel that we are lacking comedies out there at the moment. So I hope people see and like what we're doing.
I think back in the 80s, there was loads, wasn't there, Anthony? Back in the 80s, there was loads of comedies. You had the Benny Hill show, the Kenny Everett show, didn't you? Morecambe and Wise, Open All Hours, Norman Wisdom. I grew up with all of the comedy shows, but you don't have so many like you say nowadays. And people need to laugh. Everything that's going on in the world at the moment, they need to be cheered up.
I mean, I love Only Fools and Horses. I love 40 Hours. I love some others who have them, and also the thing with Altogether Tavern, no two characters are the same. Every single one has a different character, and we hope that the public can relate, to one of those characters also.
Yes.
And we have a cliffhanger at the end of the pilot as well, which I'm not going to tell you.
Well, you can always try for the festival up here next year, Lisa. Because obviously the festival starts tomorrow night, so the tattoo's the first night tomorrow night. So you can always start making arrangements for the festival 23, and we'll get you up here. And then if you want somebody
amazing. You know what? If anybody can help us get on the right path, get a step in the door anywhere, please message me or Deborah or Anthony.
Actually, Lisa, my friend, he's a big shot, like LA movie director and a movie producer as well. And he runs Peach BIFF with his friends. And it's Peachtree Village International Film Festival. And basically what you do is each year you submit, obviously your comedy series or whatever you're working on. And whoever wins it, they win a lot of money, and then also they will then put your film or your comedy series into production. So I'll link you up with him. And I know it's coming up. I don't know if we've just missed it or it's coming up soon. I'll check online, Lisa, and I'll send you Len Gibson's details. Look into it as well.
And what do they work from? Just the script? Or because obviously
we haven't done it yet. You send the script of what you've done and you email it across, and then obviously they read through it and everything, and then you enter it. It's a competition as well, so So whoever wins, I think it's like you win £50,000 or even more than that, to be honest. But what they do then, it then goes into film production, for TV and film production. So I think that would be a really good avenue because, again, the Americans love comedy. So you never know. You could actually get an American TV producer that say, I really love it. Let's sign it up. And now we're going to put it in production on Sky, for instance,
That would be absolutely amazing. I mean, all of our cast are fantastic. They're so talented. But we do, as I say, we do have the advantage, I hope, of having the footballers on board and Jane Buckle as well. So,
and the materials, to see.
Oh gosh, this one. There's a bit of swearing in this one.
What's wrong with you? Eh? Yeah, you and your dad. Yeah, both of you have had enough. Shopping all day, working all day. Come home to this shit pit. Yeah, you go in your room, you put your music on. You can still hear me. Huh? What about him? Huh? Yeah, well, at least he plays football. He might be a shit footballer, that Jason, but at least he plays football. Anyway, and his fucking family had enough of them.
Cages, the reason we came here this morning, I can see you are really trying to do your best here, but without a steady income and someone to be here 24/7, we might need to consider the possibility that she might just be better off with people that know how to look after her. We will be returning next month to do a proper assessment and make our final decision whether she is fit enough to stay with you. I suggest you talk to your father and let him know the circumstances. I didn't want it to come to this, Cages. I hope you understand I'm just doing my job. I'm dying, Forrest. Come on in. Sit down over here. It's my time. It's just my time. Try not to worry, sweetheart. Death is just a part of life. It's something we're all destined to do. I didn't know it, but I was destined to be your mama. I did the best I could. I believe you have to make your own destiny. You have to do the best with what God gave you.
Yes, dear.
What's been going on lately?
Nothing. I've just been very busy at work.
Come on, James. I call you. You don't answer my calls during the day. I try and talk to you about things. You're just not the same person anymore. What's happened between us?
You don't understand what pressure I've got at work.
I do, and with Holly and everything. I try all the time, and I get no gratitude. We're supposed to be going out. I tried to get dressed up and watch it, but I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I mean, you're still being funny with me.
I'm not being funny
You
with you.
are being funny, James.
I'm sorry. I'm not having this conversation
James,
now.
Please.
No.
I've been looking forward to going. This is what you do.
I'll speak to you later.
This is what you do all the time. I try. I try with Holly. It's your niece, James. It's your niece, not mine. I don't know what else to do. I really don't know what to do anymore.
Sorry about that.
That's fantastic, Lisa. Well done. Love it. That's amazing. So with those scripts, did you write those scripts yourself?
No. But they was all little pieces for other things.
Oh, were they? Oh, bless you. I wonder if you know my friend Swaley. I think Swaley Lothman. He's an actor and he does lots of show reels and production as well. I have to link you up because he's amazing. Say itself, and he does amazing work. I think you get on really well with him, actually. We could help each other. You're welcome. So I know Anthony's got a few more questions he'd like to ask you about Altogether Tavern.
Well, as I said, you can always come up here for the fringe. We want everybody, all newcomers. A lot of the great started here. Flanky Boyle started here. Eddie Izzard started here. That's all the two I could come at the top of my mind. But then Lisa Lutz can start here as well. And that'll be your start to come to frame. That could be your come up the ladder, start here and work way up.
Yeah, I mean, a few of the cast have actually said to us, could we put on like a theatre production of it as well? But as I've never done theatre before, so I wouldn't even know where to start, to be honest.
I can help you because I've got musical theatre background, and
Okay.
you know, I've done it for many years, to be honest, since a child. So and also I've done production and the producing of it as well, assistant producer.
Don't mention Kate Bush. Don't mention Kate Bush.
Well, I'm actually involved in a charity West End musical. I'm not going to give too much away because it's all going to be plastered over social media soon. With a celebrity friend, and we're raising money for the Good Grief Trust, Freddie's Wishes, and another children's charity as well. And we're going to be doing that next year. So I'm helping him to put it all together at the moment, and I'm going to be performing on the West End stage next year, which is really, really exciting. I can't wait. And Anthony, I'm doing.
Oh no, not this one.
Anthony, you can see it.
Oh dear, where did you find this one?
I love it.
Lucy can dance.
Oh god.
Bad manners. I've known this song for years. Baggy trousers.
Madness.
This one's one step beyond madness, yeah.
They were all back in the 80s, weren't they?
Yeah, I love madness.
Madness are amazing.
I've got a friend who would really love that video, actually.
They have actually come back, Madness, haven't they? They've been touring as well, Madness, haven't they?
It's great. All the 80s stuff are coming back. It's
They are. It's fantastic. I love the 80s. That was my era.
See Duran Duran at Hyde Park a few weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh, bless him.
The Jubilee concert had a lot of the Duran Duran was there at the Jubilee party. It was brilliant, and I can't remember the comedian, but he would actually said, "We're having a party. There's the gate, but there's nobody getting arrested." It was just a little dig at Mr. Boris Johnson there, but it just went so well in the audience. I think there was thousands there. But no, as I say, we could get the if you want to go live on stage, the Fringe is probably the best place to start. It's where everybody starts as the Fringe, and then obviously the people, directors, producers, they got the shows on that. They like what they see. They'll say, "Would you like to go on TV?" Answer yes.
You never know, do you? At the end of the day, you never know.
I'll definitely have a chat with you about that, Anthony. Sounds amazing. Just to touch on as well, because I obviously like to promote everybody. We've also, after Altogether Tavern, we're going to be producing a crime drama called Game of Sins that Molly Marie, one of Leomina Productions writers, she has written. That's going to be something, again, a very different genre to Altogether Tavern. Molly is a fantastic writer, and the crime drama will be, again, minimum crime. But we'll see what happens with Altogether Tavern if we can get that foot in the door.
That sounds amazing.
Something else, Lisa. Obviously, you've got a lot of productions going on. What's actually just came straight into my mind here? Could you do a short drama? Obviously, you've got a lot of acting friends and yourself. Could you do a drama based on a stolen pet, just to show how much emotion it is, and you can get the drama out there as well?
It is actually something like a short film. It is an idea that I've had in the past. Again, it's just getting the time, the backing to do it, the people to help do it. My time is so limited, and I'm not making any money.
No, sponsors, Lisa, to be honest, supporting.
Yeah, I mean, Muddy Paws is, that's a passion. I wouldn't expect to make money out of Muddy Paws crime ever. Yeah. That is my passion, to help owners and animals. Anything further to it, though, it's very difficult to carry on going, but not, as I say, being unfunded. There's so much I want to do. And, I fly out for people if they want to come and help. If you've got any connections, if you know networks that might be interested, shout me, please, or shout Anthony.
I certainly will. Now, also, Lisa, you're an author. You've written a few books now, all about Leo's adventures, haven't you, at the circus, and also about the seaside and up the river as well. So, please tell us a little bit about that. And is Leo your dog?
Yes, he
Yes.
is. Yes.
So I thought he was.
So the picture is a cartoon picture of Leo.
Oh.
So I only started acting 5 years ago. So I think that's why I've been trying to do so much, because I'm trying to fit in so much.
Yes.
And I didn't start until I was 48 years old.
Oh, bless you.
You know, from starting as supporting artist to get to what I'm doing now, it's been a bit of a, you know, fast ride. But yeah, just before I started Leomina, Leo, I've had now be 7 years in September, is my lovely little rescue dog. He came with many issues due to his bad past. My other half actually became a dog behaviourist because of the issues that we've had with Leo. He still to this day does have issues, but oh my god, it's nothing like when we first got him. I mean, I couldn't walk past him without him flying at me and biting me. And yeah, we got him from the Dogs Trust. Dogs Trust wanted him to go back, but I'd fallen in love. You don't adopt a child and then give a child back because they've had a bad past. So obviously I'd fall in love with any dog anyway, but I fell in love with Leo. And you know, so I don't even really know where the idea came, and I just thought, okay, well, let me write a story because about rescue dogs going to a happy home. And then came, okay, so when they go to sleep, they have happy dreams. And that's where the ideas just flowed from, really. So I'm always saying, please adopt, don't shop. Go to a rescue to get dogs. Dogs are crying out for homes at the moment. And these dogs want to be in a nice home, go to sleep and have happy dreams. And as Leo's quite mischievous, it was Leo's mischief, as you say, at the river, at the circus, at the seaside. I do actually have one story that I haven't even put on Amazon yet, and it's been sitting on my laptop for about 2 years because I just don't have time to upload it.
Oh, bless you. You need a secretary, Lisa, because you're so busy. You need a secretary to help you, don't you?
I want paying, and I can't.
I know.
Not at the moment, anyway. But yeah, so yeah, it's just basically based on rescue dog being in a nice home after being, you know, having a bad past, really, and being allowed to have happy dreams. And just to, with the children's stories, I think from being a child, people need to encourage kids to understand, you know, dogs have feelings too, cats have feelings too. I would say,
animals.
but you know, dogs in particular, I mean, they know when you're upset, they know what mood you're in. I mean, I haven't really had cats, so I'm sure cats are the same.
Cats
so
are very much the same. They're very psychic, actually. Cats are same as dogs as well, and they know when you're due home. They can read your thoughts, like you say, and they're also very powerful healers. Because if you're feeling unwell and they sit on you, I know my cats, they go really hot, and you can see the aura around them. They're very powerful healers. Animals are, you know, I mean, I'm a Reiki master myself, so I do healing anyway. But animals are healers themselves. I mean, I do healing on animals as well as humans. To be honest, and I teach Reiki as well. And I think it's a wonderful gift to have, you know, when you study and work with Reiki healing energy to help those suffering in mind, body and spirit, whether it's humans or animals as well in distress.
I'm very interested in that. But yeah, I just think we need to encourage people more to go to rescues, really, and you know, the difference that people can make to these animals.
Now, you've also worked with autistic children as well, haven't you? I mean, I've got an autistic nephew, bless him, he's severely autistic. And again, it's just wonderful work that you've done with the children. My best mate, she was a TA in a school with children special needs and worked with autistic children. She loved it as well. So tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so my main career path has actually been in the travel trade, and I had a couple of years out to work with autistic children. And I have to say, it was one of the best. Well, it was one of the most rewarding jobs
Yes.
I've ever done. I mean, I've still actually got the scars on my hands to remember a couple of the children. But, you know, they're amazing. I mean, the ones I particularly worked with couldn't verbalise. So you might wonder why they attack or why they, you know, shout out or, you know, try and grab you. But if you haven't got a voice, if you're annoyed about something, if you want to express your feelings, what can you do? You have to do that, don't you?
They're frustrated, like you say, because they can't express how they're feeling. So the only way is through action, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was so rewarding to work with them. And you know what? A lot of those kids are more happy than children that are sitting indoors with their PlayStation, with their tablet, with their iPad, with their phones, you know, being spoiled. These kids are happy all the time, most of them.
They are, most definitely.
You know, yeah, it was amazing. And it also taught me as well. I mean, one of my sons, he does have mild autism. Another one has a chromosome disorder. But it also taught me to. I'm very much a person. I don't like people that judge others.
No.
I can't stand people that look down on others.
No, we shouldn't.
I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you're the Queen. You're going to be treated the same by me. Not going to think any different. We're all human, and people need to help each other where they can. And I always say, anyone can fall. So, you know, just remember a time where you may not have helped someone or someone you might have taken the mick out of. You might be that person one day, because anybody can fall at any time.
I believe kindness is a way forward, Lisa, and treat others how you wish to be treated yourself as well. And I think there's still so much bullying that goes on, and it needs to stop. You know, I've been bullied myself, you know, previously. My children have gone through bullying as well. And I've always put my kids up, if you haven't got anything nice to say, keep your opinions to yourself, because words do hurt, you know. And you hear people committing suicide all the time, down to people being nasty or trolling them on Facebook or, you know, any social media. Which are really clamping down on now, which is really good, but it does need to stop. I think all bullying, like you say, because
I mean, Facebook needs to clamp down massively. They really allow trolls. It's awful.
Yes, it's got to stop, like you say. Kindness is definitely the way forward, and help one another, because you never really know what one person's going through until you actually listen to them. You know, what they're going through in their lives, and be kind to one another.
Yeah, and that's what I say. You know, people shouldn't be judgmental. People shouldn't have to tell you what they're going through or how they're feeling. You know, just think somebody may be going through something. They don't have to talk about it.
Yes.
You know, it's like, you know, there's so much in the world that needs to change.
There is, but there's a lot of positive changes, you know, that you can see through social media, and that, like, you know, the amazing work you do and the amazing work that Anthony does. And, you know, I'm so proud of so many people on Facebook and friends, you know, and even people that I don't necessarily know very well, what they're doing, and they do phenomenal work, and they're the silent heroes of the world, you know. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you shining bright and thinking of others and acts of kindness as well.
And thank you to you, Deborah, for giving, you know, people like me the chance to be on this show. And obviously, if I can give a little shout out, which is how obviously I met you, for Christopher Livermore.
Yes.
Who has, you know,
Ukraine. Anthony's involved in that, aren't you, Anthony?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So, you know, without Christopher Livermore, we wouldn't be sitting here now having this talk. So he's done amazing.
He is. He's a little angel, bless him. And we should be recording that next month. Actually, we're raising money for Ukraine, and we are Christopher Livermore's heartfelt angels, aren't we? Well, singers. I know he's put singers, but we're his angel singers. Bless him. So I've been helping, supporting Christopher with that as well. Bless him. And he's on a little break at the moment. He's been working so hard, helping everybody else, and he's having a bit of time out. So I'm so pleased about that. We all need time out sometimes when we dedicate our lives to help others. Now, I know Anthony's got a few more questions to ask you before the end of the show, quickly, because time is running out, haven't you, Anthony?
It's really just back to, you touched on it earlier, saying about how dogs are part of the family. Now, if it wasn't for, okay, I'm nearly 60 now, and it's like, if it wasn't for Snowy, I would have had a meltdown a few times with the TM, and it's just, I'm doing a lot of videos and stuff, the movie for the TM, and you need a little bit of time out, and the best thing you can do is take your little dog out for a walk, and then you've got time on your own, time for thoughts, just a 5-10 minutes, just to bring yourself back again. And as I say to everyone needs a dog in their lives to make yourself happy. Dog's happiness. You're making the dog happy, you're making yourself happy, that's the way it goes. Happiness all round.
Yeah, I mean, many people have dogs as therapy dogs. We have a couple of owners where their therapy dogs have been stolen, and you know that again, it's all, any stolen dog's heartbreaking. But when you read a therapy dog that's been stolen as well, it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
But no, a lot of the videos that you've put on YouTube, they are heartbreaking. I'm just sitting in tears because watching them, you're thinking, what if that was your own dog? How would you feel? And this is why I really want to put videos together to help Muddy Paws and help
Thank you so
myself
much.
and help so many other people as well.
Well, that's amazing. Really appreciate it.
Because it wasn't for Deborah. Deborah's, I don't know how Deborah and I's paths crossed, but it was many years ago now. Deborah did my first TV interview, live interview on Hot Radio. I just wanted to run away. But the minute I spoke to Deborah on the phone, it's just something about Deborah's voice. It's like, as I say, like an angel. And she brings all your feelings, all your bad feelings away. And then we did the interview and I'm thinking, I've got a horrible voice, I've got a horrible accent.
No, you haven't. I love your accent. You got a wonderful accent.
It's just different to ours.
no one will understand me. I'm thinking, I couldn't even understand me. But
you were amazing on that very first interview, and I was so proud of you, Anthony. You were amazing. You're a natural. And look where you are now. You're presenting with me on In the Hot Seat. Yay!
Who would have thought that one? No, I never thought that one. Because Deborah asked me, she said, I want you to come on the show with me. I thought, no.
Yes.
There's no way I'm doing that.
You've been supporting me, Anthony, from the very beginning when I said to you about I really wanted to do In the Hot Seat with Deborah Fennella, and I want to say a huge thank you to you because you know you've always been there and you've been my little angel, you know. So I want to say thank you so much, and I feel so blessed that you're presenting now with me on the show, and also to Salima and Moino as well. I'm truly grateful. They're also my angels for everything that they do and believing in me and supporting me with the show as well. So thank you so much. Bless you. So we've been going a couple of years now, haven't we?
So we'll speak more about this video, and you tell me the direction you want it because you're the director.
Thank you.
I'll just put the video together. Whatever you want, I'll do.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much. We do have a video editor at Leomina Productions, but again, you know, he's working full time. So, you know, although he'll put all together Tavern together, he put our trailer together, you know, I don't like to keep putting on people when we're unfunded. It's so difficult. I feel so bad, but we just want to get, you know, out there as much as possible for these owners and animals.
Well, you know how much I charge. I smile on a thank you, and that's me paid in full.
Oh, no, thank you so much. You're amazing.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Now, we've run out of time, unfortunately, Lisa. I could talk to you for hours, but how can people get in contact with you if they need support or the dog's gone missing? How can they get in contact with you? I know you've got many social media pages. Which social media pages are you on? Are you on like Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook? Are you on all of those and TikTok?
Yeah, so I would say if it's anything to do with the dog, if you need advice, if your dog first goes missing and stolen, obviously we won't be able to help, but we can point you in the right direction. If you're having difficulty with, you know, your dog stolen or a group won't help you or any difficulties with authorities, please come to us. You can find us on Muddy Paws Crime on Facebook. We also have the group Muddy Paws Crime by Leomina Productions. We would say though, use the page Muddy Paws Crime for any messages. You can also message myself directly, although it would probably be better dog-wise to go through Mattocks Crime. Anything to do with Altogether Tavern, we have Altogether Tavern page on Facebook. We have Leomina Productions Limited page on Facebook. On Twitter, we have Altogether Tavern, and we have Mattocks Crime, and obviously I'm on it as well, Lisa Loops. Instagram, I'm not a big user of, and we actually had an account hacked on there. So I don't really want to put Mattocks Crime on Instagram. But if anyone is on Instagram and wants any information, please find me. I am on Instagram. I think I'm FFC Loops. But if you message me on Facebook, I can always let you know what I am on Instagram, or go through to Deborah or Anthony.
So you can contact the show in the hot seat TV show at gmail.com, and we will actually put you in direct communication with Lisa as well. So if you can't remember all of that, we will help you. So we will be sharing it all over social media as well. So I would say thank you so much, Lisa. Keep shining bright. And anything that Anthony and I can do to support you, please let us know, because we are here for you, and we're very proud of you too.
Oh, thank you. You're both lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, bye now. Bye, Lisa.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you. And I want to say a huge thank you to our wonderful London producers, Moina and Salima as well. And also to our sponsor, Dip in the Pond Landscaping. Now, if you've got a garden and you need it landscaping, Dip in the Pond is your man. And he also does ponds, but also the swim pools with like the sort of seawater ponds, I think they call them as well. So as you can see at the bottom is his mobile number, and you can contact myself and I can put a direct link with AD as well. Now we will be back again in 2 weeks' time with another fantastic guest. So wherever you are in the world, hope you are having a blessed day and enjoy the rest of the day. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now. Stay safe.